The RCB fast bowlers have been the best in this IPL so far. Now, for a bowler to stand out in this IPL season in particular of 2025, he will need to do a little bit extra to be able to be up there in terms of numbers, wickets, economy rates, and everything. And something the RCB team have been missing for the longest time is a good solid pace attack. And here we are talking about Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Josh Hazlewood, especially in the power play. Now, before we talk about numbers, look at pitch maps and compare it with the other fast bowlers, hit that subscribe button. Let's start off with Bhuvneshwar Kumar, right? It's been a while since he's played for the Indian team, but when he was picked at the auction, especially by the RCB, there was a lot of hype around him. Bhuvneshwar Kumar was the exact bowler that the RCB needed to play not only at the Chinnaswamy, but to win a lot of matches. Bhuvneshwar Kumar's T20 records are exceptional. He's played 300 T20 games overall, picked up 316 wickets with an economy of 7.2. In this modern age, having an economy of 7.2 as fast bowler, it's exceptional, but it doesn't stop here. Something Bhuvneshwar Kumar was always known for is being able to bowl with the new ball in any of the formats. But when it comes to the T20 format, he can not only bowl with the new ball, not only take wickets, but he is economical. Since his debut to the present day, Bhuvneshwar Kumar is the fourth highest wicket taker in the power play of a T20 innings. And that's fourth highest in all T20 games, which means there are other bowlers who have also played other T20 games around the world. But Bhuvneshwar Kumar is right up there. He's still fourth. He's picked up 114 wickets in the power play with an economy of 6.1. Apart from Mohammad Amir, who has an economy of 6.11, Bhuvneshwar Kumar has the best economy of 6.13 in the top 20 list of wicket takers in the power play. Now, I bring all of this up because Bhuvneshwar Kumar in this IPL in the power play, he may not have taken a lot of wickets, but economically, he is the best by far, even if you compare him to the top 30 wicket takers list in the power play. He has taken 4 wickets as an economy of just 6.3, which means in this power play where every batter wants to attack, he's giving just more than 6 runs per over. Not only this, as a fast bowler in the top 10 list, he's given the least number of boundaries for someone who's bowled at least 10 overs. All of these are numbers to rave about. All of these are numbers that's worth the hype of Bhuvneshwar Kumar that was even trending even before the IPL started. But what is Bhuvneshwar Kumar doing that makes him so exceptional in the power play? Let's look at Bhuvneshwar Kumar's strengths. He can swing the ball both ways. He has a good yorker. He is consistent in terms of line and length. He's not very erratic. And he has a good slower ball and can execute the yorkers. Now, if you look at Bhuvneshwar Kumar's pitch map, which is right here, you will realize that he's the master of consistency. For someone who's bowled a lot of overs in this IPL in the power play, if you look at the pitch map, it's phenomenal the cluster that he's created around the good length and back of a length area. Now, if you can't already see, this is the cluster. Of course, there are balls on the right and the left hand side as well. That's because there are batters who are left-handed and right-hand batters. But if you see the cluster right here, it's excellent. For someone who's known to be consistent with his line and length, he shows exactly why he's known for that. But one of the major differences that you would see in this season as compared to a lot of previous seasons is Bhuvneshwar Kumar is a little shorter than usual. For someone who would want to swing the ball a lot and will bowl it full, will bowl it up to the batter, in the power play, he hasn't done that so far. If anything, it's only a handful of balls that he's bowled in the full length area. Apart from that, everything is around the good length and back of a length. And he doesn't necessarily look to target the stumps, but that is also because he can swing the ball. So if there is any swing, Bhuvneshwar Kumar will get that and he will bring it back into the batter from outside the off stump, which is also why you see a lot of this cluster outside the off stump of a right-hand batter. Now, the question is, why is he not bowling it very full? Why is he sticking to the good length and the short of a length area? And the simple answer is, if he gets any swing, he can get that off good length areas. And if he gets that off good length areas, the ball is going to zip back in or out depending on the swing. But in case there isn't any swing, and we have seen that in so many of these matches so far where the swing just disappears after a couple of overs, it's rather a much harder length to hit off a bowler, especially for someone like a Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Even if you notice his action in this IPL, and it's not as soft, and I say that in quotes because if you see his action, he's whipping through his wrist, he's trying to hit that hard line and length and get that small extra bounce, any amount of extra bounce that he can ideally get. And that's exactly why he's bowling it around the good length and back of a length area, because he wants to tuck in the batter, not give the batter any room. And if anything, the batter will need to play horizontal shots if he needs to get those runs. And in a lot of grounds that we are playing at, the side boundaries are a lot more longer, which is also what Bhuvneshwar Kumar is trying to do, make the batter play horizontally and have fielders set for it. And if he gets any swing, the batters will get out. If not, the extra bounce will catch them off guard. And of course, he's also using his variation. He's using that bouncer. He's using that slower ball. He's using the new ball to swing the ball too. But the most important part is consistency. And it's how he's able to create this cluster. As much as the batter coming out to bat as openers or the one down batter know this is what Bhuvneshwar Kumar is trying to do, to be able to get runs off a delivery like this is easier said than done. You're usually forcing the shot against the ball rather than driving the ball and timing the ball itself. Which is also why Bhuvneshwar Kumar has been economical so far, because you'd rather just play out his over than try attacking and give your wicket away. Now we go from Bhuvneshwar Kumar to his partner Josh Hazlewood, who's been everything and impressive. In Josh Hazlewood's T20 career so far, he's bowled around 200 overs in the power play with an economy of 6.6, just 6.6. But what is more impressive is the fact that in this year's IPL, Josh Hazlewood in the power play has an economy of just 5. It's not even 6 runs per over, it's 5. Even he as a bowler hasn't given so many boundaries away in the power play. But of course, if you look at Josh Hazlewood and Bhuvneshwar Kumar, they're different bowlers, but they're ideally trying to do the same thing. And Josh Hazlewood, in fact, is getting more out of the pitch because of his height and pace. Now, if you look at Josh Hazlewood's pitch map, it's not as clustered as Bhuvneshwar Kumar, but it's still very, very impressive. You would see Josh Hazlewood bowl majority of the ball back of a length, and it's much closer to the stumps as compared to Bhuvneshwar Kumar. And that is because of the angle in which Josh Hazlewood runs in and bowls. He tries to bring that ball in, and he bowls back of a length because of the fact that he knows he has height and pace in him. He's someone who bowls 140 plus on average, and for someone like him bowling back of a length, he would easily be able to get that bounce and surprise the batters with extra bounce, exactly what Bhuvneshwar Kumar is trying to do. But unlike a Bhuvneshwar Kumar, one strength that Josh Hazlewood does have is he is able to seam the ball off the pitch. Also, why it becomes so much more difficult to play Josh Hazlewood off the pitch when he bowls around the good length and back of a length area, because as a batter, you're waiting for the ball to pitch, not knowing where the ball is going to seam, and you would usually poke at the ball and give your wicket away. Even if it's a T20 format and even if it's the power play, something that really helps Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Josh Hazlewood is consistency. But of course, apart from pace and bounce, Josh Hazlewood also has the slower balls, can also bowl the odd Yorker, and him being able to do all of this with experience, depending on how the batter is going about his style, he can mix it up and still be able to be economical and pick those wickets. Now that is Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Josh Hazlewood. If I were to compare them to a bowler who was the highest wicket taker in the power play last year in the IPL, but for someone who's only picked up 2 wickets and hasn't been the most impressive, that's Trent Boult. He's only picked up 2 wickets with an economy of 8.2. Mind you, an economy of 8.2 isn't all that bad, but when you compare it to these two guys, it just looks average. Now, if you look at this pitch map, there is something to keep in mind. Trent Boult is a left-arm pacer who usually comes over the wicket to right-handers, which is also why you would see a lot of balls pitching in line with the stump, but usually it would be going away if he doesn't get any swing. But that's not the important bit. For someone like a Trent Boult, he would always try to bowl a little full, and when there is no swing, he will try to bring it back. The problem with Trent Boult here is that he's not able to create that cluster. He's not able to be that consistent as he was a couple of years ago, or even last year, in fact. The second the batter looks to attack him, he loses his line and length. He's all over the place, and that's exactly what you do see with this pitch map. Of course, it's not the most erratic. He's still consistent around the good length area. And mind you, this is for both left and right hand batters, but he's still not able to create the tight cluster that we know Trent Boult to be. Of course, again, 8 runs per over is not that bad, but as compared to Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Josh Hazlewood, like I said, it's just average. From Bhuvneshwar Kumar to Josh Hazlewood and then to Trent Boult, let's talk about someone who's conceded a lot more runs in the power play. Let's talk about Shardul Thakur. He's picked up 5 wickets. That's the most number of wickets as compared to the other bowlers that I have talked about, but he's given about 10.2 runs per over in the power play. Now, this is where things become very, very clear, right? If you look at the previous pitch maps and then look at this, you'll realize there's anything but a cluster. His bowled deliveries all over the place. He has a couple of Yorkers, couple of very full-length deliveries, of course short of good-length balls too, but he hasn't been as consistent as the other fast bowlers, and it just clearly shows for why he's been leaking a lot of runs in the power play. But he has also been able to get those wickets, and those wickets definitely don't have everything to do with the batter's mistake, but there are certain balls that Shardul Thakur does bowl well, and he does get those wickets. The only difference is he's not able to be as consistent as the other bowlers that I've talked about in the power play. Also, I give so many runs in the power play itself. And honestly, for a bowler like him, for someone who's making a comeback, it's just not good enough. Of course, you cannot have clusters, but for someone who's bowled so many wide deliveries and given so many boundaries, it should be a bit of a wake-up call for Shardul Thakur, because he will be someone looked at as a new ball bowler in any team that he goes to. Now, of course, bowling in the power play is not the easiest of jobs. Now, there are a lot of fast bowlers and spinners trying to be good at it. But just to give you a reference, and if you want us to make a whole video about death bowling, let us know in the comments below, but how different pitch maps look in terms of bowling in the power play versus the death. Let's look at Patirana's pitch map. Now at the death, he's picked up 5 wickets with an economy of just 7.2, which is insane because in the top 10 wicket takers list, he has the best economy. Now when we do look at Patirana's pitch map at the death, you will realize there are no clusters, and at the death as a fast bowler, you cannot have clusters. You cannot be predictable because the batter will just know what you're going to bowl and can play an attacking shot, because that is exactly what they're going to do at the death. And now when you look at Patirana's pitch map, you will realize he bowls a lot of balls in the slot and the Yorker. The Yorker here seems very narrow, but on the pitch when a batter is standing, that does widen up a little bit. He does bowl it in the slot, but again, with his action, it's very, very difficult to get the ball away from the slot. He also bowls a lot of bouncers that does get him a lot of wickets because of his action and because of the pace in which he bowls in. He's able to surprise the batter with that extra bounce and zip that he gets because of the action. But something to keep in mind is that we again see a small cluster around the full length area, and that will totally depend on the field. Mind you, while bowling in the power play, you only have 2 fielders outside. While bowling at the death, you have a lot more fielders outside the 30-yard circle, because of which you could stick to a line and length depending on the field, and that is what sets you apart at the death, and that is what sets Patirana apart in this IPL, at least economically, as compared to the other fast bowlers, and that is him being able to bowl to the field and making sure that the batters don't get away. Now, like I said, we can make an entire video on just death bowling and take other 4 examples. If you want that, comment down below. But this has been a comparison on some of the fast bowlers in this IPL, especially at the power play. If you've enjoyed this video, like, share and subscribe, all that good stuff. All of our links are in the description below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. If you haven't followed our WhatsApp channel, do that too. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.